Hey guys, it is Mike with Become the Night. Welcome back to another Song Suggestion Friday. This is the show where you guys put your songs that you would like me to give my opinions on. Not facts, not frickin' telling you how great or terrible this song is. Just my opinion. You put your suggestions in the comments below. I pick from them. I throw them in a poll on Patreon. The patrons vote on them. If you are a patron of $10 or more a month, you can put your suggestions directly into that poll. They vote on them. I take the top ones. I give you my opinions, my feedback, all of that good garbage. I grade them on a plus sign, equal sign, minus sign. Plus sign means I would actively seek that song out again. Minus sign means I would actively avoid that song. Let's begin. Take It Easy by the Eagles. This is one of the most chill yet somehow catchy choruses. Don't really care for the verses too much. They're not terrible, just, I don't know, it's a little bland, but I guess that's just the nature of the chilliness. The vocal performance throughout is okay. There's a number of notes throughout the song on the lead vocal that are a little inaccurate tonally, but I mean, it's nothing terrible. I had never noticed the banjo in the bridge before. That was actually a pretty cool little addition they put in there. The backing harmonies throughout the song are way better than the lead vocals. I love the backing harmonies. Absolutely love the message of this song. It's just very relaxing and kind of relieves a certain amount of tension or anxiety, at least in me. The production all around is good. The bass is very thuddy, like in a good way. The drums are very dry, but they're also very articulate. Pretty cool. Total grade for this song, equal sign. Seventh Son of a Seventh Son by Iron Maiden. Really weird intro. Goes into a faster version of that same lick, or I guess you could call it a riff. I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell. The vocals in the verse legitimately do not sound good as far as the tones he is trying to hit. The quality of his voice that he's using, the affect, is awesome. His accuracy really is not good, and he's doing his typical excessive vibrato, which doesn't help the situation very much. Here's the problem with Maiden. It just kind of seems like they've already used all their good ideas already. The new idea in this particular song, which would be the intro and the verse, are really just kind of bland. And the chorus could be swapped out one for one with Rothschild and you wouldn't get a significant difference, to be honest with you. The chorus of Rothschild is much better, in my opinion. The production is pretty clear, definitely clearer than their earlier work. Then we get to the bridge and it finally goes into something interesting. Got this really cool guitar line into a chill part with riding on the hi-hat. Then you got a couple of guitar chugs and a keypad that comes in. Helps build more atmosphere. The solo riff kind of felt like it came out of nowhere. I don't know, it could have been a smoother transition there. The solo itself was cool. The outro was also cool. If they had ditched the whole front end of the song before the bridge, like all the verses and choruses, and just had that bridge and that outro, this song would have been far more enjoyable and a lot less time consumed of mine. Because, I mean, 9 minutes, there's no reason to make this a 9-minute song, man. You could have easily cut that down to like 5 or 6. Total grade for this song, equal sign. Around the World by Red Hot Chili Peppers. Holy dirty bass, Batman. And that intro is a total ripoff of Bread Fan. I would say, I mean, if you're gonna get into litigation and shit, they could probably win a lawsuit on that one. Other than that, great intro, loved it. Then Holy Funk Batman, like, whoa, very funky. The verse is really cool in this kind of awkward sort of way. Almost feels a little like Primus to a degree. Chorus is okay. The production is very gritty, but feels appropriate. They definitely did that on purpose. Almost feels like I'm listening to a garage band, recorded in a garage. The drums have a stupidly squashed room, but it fits great, it really does. The kick has this great pump, it just gives you this really deep tone. The guitar parts take a back seat to everything else on that track, and that is so rare in rock and roll nowadays. Very cool choice. The vocals are what you'd expect from RHCP. The bass parts are pretty darn cool, gotta say. Total grade for this song, equal sign. No More Tears by Ozzy Osbourne. I fucking love this song. Bias alert ahead. Badass bass intro going into this sick guitar riff. In the verse, you have this really cool call and response between the vocals and then this just fat fucking riff. And that riff is punctuated with this pinch harmonic that just ugly in the best way possible. The lyrics are extremely dark. I actually like the pre-chorus better than the chorus itself. The best part of the chorus to me is the contrast between the cascading notes, the da 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 da, and then you have this fat riff at the end. Boom, 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 ba, ba, ba. Like that fat riff is so cool. Production on this song is really good. The kick and the bass fill out the low end well and blend together very well. That guitar is super fat, dude. I can't say fat enough. Drums are very roomy. The vocals are Ozzy, enough said. The bridge is so weird in contrast to the rest of the song, but it's like actually one of my favorite parts of the song. Adding the piano in there was a great choice. And then the line going forward in reverse, love that line. The guitar solo is wicked, shreddy, and tasty. All things that you want a metal solo to be. This song is a must listen for metal devotees. Total grade for this song, +. Rough Boy by ZZ Top. What the fuck? When did 80s pop get into my ZZ Top? That rhymed, wow. It's really weird hearing them sound like this, but I mean, to their credit, the intro is very pretty, I will say that. And what the fuck is with these vocals? My first thought was, I'm being trolled. This is like Joe Satriani and what the fuck's that guy's name? Kajagoogoo did a collaboration together. I fucking hate the drum sound. It sounds like just the worst drum samples ever. And the drum part is super lame. Really not a fan. The guitar tone's nice. The vocals are soft and have like a little bit of grovel in it. Kind of like that, what's his name? Wherever you go, whatever you do. That guy. The guy that sings that fucking song. Which, they sound very dated, but for the time in the genre, very appropriate. First solo is very pretty. There's a part where they kind of have these backing harmonies, and I can't tell if it's actually vocal harmonies or synth pad. The way he says rough boy in the chorus, it really comes off as like he's at a gay bar or something. Second solo kind of starts off lame, but then goes out through the outro and gets a lot tastier. Really not a fan of the production all around, to be honest with you. Total grade for this song, =. Hurricane by Bob Dylan. Production's okay for the time. This is probably the best vocals I've heard from him, and by that I mean the least annoying. The chorus is actually really cool, I gotta say. The drums feel great. There's nothing special going on in particular, but I mean, they feel great. Very dry but punchy feel. And it also mixes very well with the bass tone. The guitar part is crazy simple, but it's recorded very beautifully. Violin is beautiful, by far my favorite part of the song. The message is good, the story is told well. It's weird not having nearly as much rhyming in a song as what you'd normally get, and you can definitely tell he kind of wrote down poetry and just kind of fit it in where it needed to fit in, and chose the rhythm of the delivery to what it needed to be to get the words out. It didn't really bother me, it was just atypical for what I usually listen to. The song is definitely a little long for the musical accompaniment that they have going on here. Bob Dylan could have definitely used a producer or two or a songwriter or two to kind of help spice it up a little bit. Like, do something in the music that helps communicate your message more effectively, if you know what I mean. Change it up a little bit, because there's movement and change happening in your story. The music should do that as well. Not much else here, to be honest. Song Suggestion Friday is not the show for deep lyrical analysis, so don't come here for that. This song is almost all lyrics and just a bunch of repeating music, so there's not a whole lot more for me to dive into. Total grade for this song, =. Beyond the Matrix by Epica. Epic intro. When that riff kicked in, I literally said out loud, "God damn yeah!" That guitar tone is great. Drums sound fantastic too, and this is a perfect example of using compression on your drums in order to shape the tone. That's definitely a heavily compressed kit. That verse instrumental is dope. The bass tone is thick and gritty, countered by this just fat fucking guitar. The vocals are okay. I know in a previous song I reviewed of theirs, I really loved the vocals. I think the melody could have been stronger, and I think because of that, her delivery seemed a little weak. And when I say weak, I mean weaker than her previous performance. There's this Phrygian piece, and then it also has a part following that that builds this tension in the pre-chorus. Feels fantastic. The chorus is cool, though I wish that they had a lead vocal part instead of the choir part there. This whole style here kind of feels like operatic evanescence. The production is fantastic. Very clear and everything is huge. Bridge is very pretty. Fantastic mood created there. For some reason, it would remind me of something that would be made in Japan, like Western music that's made in Japan. Then following that really chill part, there's another part of the bridge that's like super Dream Theater-y. And then we do kind of a feel change and a time signature change going into the solo. That solo was crazy tasty, like really cool. Total grade for this song, =. Burn by Deep Purple. Got a big old dirty rock riff in that intro that will keep repeating and repeating throughout the song. I fucking despise the way that they recorded those drums. The kick is like non-existent except for like a tiny little thud you get every once in a while. Snare is snappy and sounds like garbage. The vocals are cool. The chorus vocals are epic. The bass tone is good and the bass parts are fun. The guitar tone feels pretty good. The guitar solo at 218 was fucking dope. And a fantastic use of pedal tone at the end of that as well. And then they kind of go out of that solo with these classical chords and a harmonized lead. Very cool. It's a very common progression in classical music, but it fit right. That's when they go back into that intro riff. They kind of use it a little too much. Like, honestly, it's a little much. That organ solo was incredible. And then they follow that organ solo up and go out of it the same way they came out of the guitar solo, with those classical chords and him kind of doing a little neoclassical shred over top of it, which was way cooler. I enjoyed that much more thoroughly even than the guitar part. This song almost pushes the prog. Like, you could actually make an argument that this is a prog song. Total grade for this song, equal sign. Crystal Mountain by Death. It's got a dope intro riff, great guitar tone, very full, very beefy. Not really digging the vocals so much. That little clean chorus guitar they had for like a couple seconds sounded great. The drum mix is okay. The drums seem a little scooped and a little too much tack on the high end for my taste, man. Very, very dry room. Like, there is a room on there, but it's like very small. And I think that was actually an interesting choice. The song kind of goes everywhere. It's kind of like a metal venture, if you will, but it doesn't feel like a mess. There are some very crushing riffs on this song. Got a cool little dissonant part at 210. The guitar solo was cool. I personally would have phrased it a little differently. I can definitely see how someone would call this progressive metal. None of the sections repeat themselves, which is very much a writing challenge. I don't know that they sold me on it, but I can definitely see how someone would really enjoy this. Total grade for this song, equal sign. Leah by Toto. The intro sounds like it was written by a castrati. Absolutely beautiful production though. Super, super smooth. The acoustic guitar sounds like crystal. You got a super sexy saxophone. We are about to fuck. The bass sounds good for the genre that they're doing here. Got an absolutely perfect room on the whole mix. I can't tell if it's natural or manufactured. Then he says something about the line, in and around you. I'm just like, he's just laying it all out there. He doesn't give a fuck. The percussion is nice, but just on principle alone, I fucking hate it. Upon further listening, the saxophone definitely sounds like it has a natural room. The synthesizers that come in and out in the bridge feel magical. This song is so non-threatening, I feel like I need to go drink the blood of my enemies to ward off the ballless fairies that have infected my heart. Worst part of this song, no Steve Lukather solo. That is an absolute crime. He would have destroyed this song. Total grade for this song, equal sign. My first suggestion for you this week is the Bach Cello Suite in G, first one. This is a classic. This is a must listen to for anyone who calls themselves a music lover. This is one of the places where it all began, especially if you listen to it played by Pablo Casals. It's beautiful. It's so soothing, so much emotion in such a relatively simple song, but it's just go listen to it. My next suggestion for you this week is Til I Collapse by Eminem. If you want a dose of fucking adrenaline, you want to feel like you're about to go kick some ass, highly recommend listening to this song. I did a cover of it on the channel, but it's also very, 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 very cringy. Oh my god, it's terrible. I kind of want to pull it down. My last suggestion for you this week is Attitude Boy Will Overcome by Paul Gilbert. This song is very shreddy and awesome and very high energy. Definitely a lot of influence from Jimmy Page and Jimi Hendrix on this one. That is it for Song Suggestion Friday. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave your suggestions in the comments below if you would like to vote on that poll or put your suggestions directly into the poll. Please go to link in my description to Patreon and sign up for the tier of your choice. If you don't want to do a rolling pledge, you can go to link to the description to my PayPal, leave me a tip there, or you can go to my merch store, buy some cool merch. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter at Become the Night. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next video. Rock on!